We're in volume 6 of the Bible story. Okay, waiting on the ding. There it is. Okay, Bible story, volume 6. And we are at part 2, story 4, More Trouble. That's what it says. Okay, while some were glad and some were sad over the rebuilding of the temple, there were other people not far away who were very much upset by what was going on in Jerusalem. They didn't like it a bit. These people were the grandchildren and or great grandchildren of the strangers who were brought into Palestine by the Assyrian kings when Israel had first been taken away into captivity. Known as the Samaritans, they had lived there they had lived here so long now that they felt the countries belonged to them. That's why the sudden return of 50,000 Jewish refugees worried them so much. They were afraid of what might happen to them and their property if the Jews should become strong again as as they had been under David, Solomon, and Hezekiah. So this is basically why the lady at the well was unlike in Jesus' time. But that's later on. We'll talk about that later. Okay. One day, a group of these people came to Zerubbabel and offered help to rebuild the temple. Of course, they planned to hinder rather than to help, and Zerubbabel quickly saw through the little plot. So he knew. You know, like Zerubbabel. Huh. It's a funny name. Okay. Excuse me. No, thank you, he said to them. We will build this house of God ourselves. And he sent them about their business. This was the beginning of all the troubles between the Jews and the Samaritans. Greatly annoyed, these men hired counselors to work against the Jews to frustrate their purpose. Yeah, frustrate. Frustrate. Frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius, king of Persia. Even unto the reign of Darius, king of Persia. So there was another Darius, of course. There's always Darius the first, Darius the second. Okay. They could not do much damage during the reign of Cyrus. That great king had learned too much of God's purpose for Israel from the prophet Daniel to be swayed by evil reports of their enemies. But after Cyrus died and another king had taken his place, things were different. Now these enemies sent another letter, a copy of which is to be found in the 4th chapter of the book of Ezra. It ran like this. And yes, there is a book called Ezra. E-E-R-A. I know what that word is. Behold, be it known unto the king that the Jews which come up from thee to us are come unto Jerusalem, building the rebelliousness and the bad city. In other words, they're rebuilding. And have set up the walls thereof and joined the foundations. Be it known now unto the king that if this city be built and the walls set up again, then will they not pay toll, tribute, or custom. Oh, they're saying they ain't going to pay. Now, and this is condensed, so it's got a lot of dots. Therefore have we sent a certified the king. Therefore have we sent and certified the king, that search may be made in the book of the records of thy fathers, so shalt thou find in the records, and know that this city is a rebellious city and hurtful and unto kings and provinces, and that they have moved sedition, sedition with the same of old time, for which cause was the city destroyed. Okay, in other words, it basically said that it was a rebellious city against the kings and all the stuff in the area, and it was destroyed because it was rebellious. The letter did its work. The king looked up the records and found evidence even that Jerusalem had given plenty of trouble to the kings of Babylon and Assyria. I was thinking Asia. Syria. He may even have run across the story of Sennacherib, Sennachcherib, Sennacherib's defeat, when that famous king lost 185,000 men in a single night outside the walls of Jerusalem. That's when that angel came and made them all go crazy. In his reply to Rehum, so it says Rehum, Rehum, and his friends, the king told how he told how he had the record searched and had found that Jerusalem had indeed been a hotbed of rebellion in the days gone by. Therefore, he ordered the rebuilding of the city must stop at once. Delighted with the success of their plan, Rehum and his friends hurried to Jerusalem with many armed men. Backed by the king's letter, they made the builders put down their tools. Then ceased the work of the house of God. And then 3 dots at Jerusalem. What a sad moment that must have been. After coming so far and doing so much, it must have been heartbreaking to be told to stop, which it always does. What could it mean? The people wondered, had there been a mistake? Should they have stayed in Babylon? Had God forsaken them? And then it has a picture of Rehum going in and telling them to stop. And they got nice, clean stuff and everything, and working hard. There's the illustration. Okay, let's see what this. Oh, that was the end of part 2, story 4. So that was the end of that one. So I guess it's break time. I'll be back in a little bit with the rest of it. See you in a minute.